Question 1. You need to enable name resolution for virtual machines within your Azure Virtual Networks using friendly names, e.g. webserver.internal.contoso.com, without exposing these names to the public internet. Which Azure DNS component should you use? Option A, Public DNS Zone. Option B, Azure Traffic Manager. Option C, Private DNS Zone. Option D, Azure Front Door. The correct answer is Private DNS Zone. Here's the explanation. Private DNS zones are specifically designed for name resolution within Azure Virtual Networks and connected on-premises networks, ensuring names are not accessible from the internet. Public DNS zones are for internet-facing domains. Question 2. An Azure web application has a public IP address that changes occasionally due to scaling events or redeployments. You want to point a custom domain, e.g. www.myapp.com, to this web application and ensure the DNS record automatically updates if the public IP changes. Which type of Azure DNS record set should you use? Option A, a record. Option B, CNAME record. Option C, TXT record. Option D, alias record. The correct answer is alias record. Here's the explanation. Alias record sets are a special type of record in Azure DNS that can point to an Azure resource like a public IP, traffic manager profile, CDN endpoint, or front door profile. A key benefit is that it automatically updates if the underlying IP address of the target resource changes, eliminating manual DNS record updates. Question 3. Your on-premises network needs to resolve host names located in an Azure private DNS zone without deploying custom DNS server VMs in Azure. Which managed Azure service can facilitate this hybrid DNS resolution? Option A, Azure DNS Public Zone. Option B, Azure Traffic Manager. Option C, Azure Private DNS Resolver. Option D, Azure Front Door. The correct answer is Azure Private DNS Resolver. Here's the explanation. The Azure Private DNS Resolver is a managed service that allows VMs in Azure Virtual Networks and on-premises clients to query private DNS zones without needing to provision custom DNS servers or forwarders, making it essential for hybrid DNS resolution. Question 4. What is the primary function of an Azure Network Security Group, NSG? Option A, to provide a fully managed, centralized network firewall for multiple VNets. Option B, to balance inbound HTTP/HTTPS traffic across multiple backend servers. Option C, to filter network traffic to and from Azure resources within an Azure virtual network based on rules. Option D, to define custom routing tables to override Azure's default system routes. The correct answer is COUT, to filter network traffic to and from Azure resources within an Azure virtual network based on rules. Here's the explanation. Network security groups, NSG, are a fundamental component of network security in cloud environments, acting as a stateful packet filtering firewall for Azure resources within an Azure Virtual Network, VNet. Question 5. An Azure NSG has two inbound rules. Rule 1, Priority 100, Source, Any, Destination Port, 80, Action, Deny. Rule 2, Priority 200, Source, Any, Destination Port, 80, Action, Allow. If a web request on port 80 arrives, what will be the outcome? Option A, the traffic will be allowed because Rule 2 explicitly allows it. Option B, the traffic will be denied because Rule 1 has a higher precedence. Option C, the traffic will be denied by a default deny all inbound rule. Option D, the NSG will evaluate both rules and choose the most permissive action. The correct answer is, quote, the traffic will be denied because Rule 1 has a higher precedence. Here's the explanation. Within each NSG, Rules are processed based on their priority number, from lowest to highest. The first rule that matches the traffic's characteristics determines the action. Rule 1, priority 100, deny, has higher precedence than Rule 2, priority 200, allow, so the traffic will be denied. Question 6. Which statement accurately describes how network security groups, NSGs, are applied and their stateful nature? Option A. For inbound traffic, the NIC NSG is evaluated first, then the subnet NSG. NSGs are stateless. Option B. For outbound traffic, the subnet NSG is evaluated first, then the NIC NSG. NSGs are stateless. Option C. For inbound traffic, the subnet NSG is evaluated first, then the NIC NSG. NSGs are stateful, allowing return traffic automatically. Option D. NSGs are only applied at the subnet level and are stateless. The correct answer is: for inbound traffic, the subnet NSG is evaluated first, then the NIC NSG. NSGs are stateful, allowing return traffic automatically. Here's the explanation. For inbound traffic, a packet is first evaluated against the subnet NSG, then the NIC NSG. NSGs are stateful, meaning if an inbound connection is allowed, the outbound return traffic for that connection is automatically allowed without needing a separate outbound rule. Question 7. Which type of Azure Blob is primarily optimized for storing virtual hard drive (VHD) files for Azure virtual machines due to its efficiency in random read/write operations? Option A. Block blobs. Option B. Page blobs. Option C. Append blobs. Option D. Container blobs. The correct answer is page blobs. Here's the explanation. Page blobs are optimized for random read/write operations and are primarily used to store VHD files for Azure virtual machines. Block blobs are for general-purpose unstructured data, and append blobs are for logging. Container blobs are not a valid blob type. Containers organize blobs. Question 8. An organization needs to store archived data that is rarely accessed, less than once every 6 months, but must be retained for compliance. Retrieval latency is flexible, and the priority is to minimize storage costs. Which Azure Blob storage access tier is most appropriate? Option A. Hot tier. Option B. Cool tier. Option C. Archive tier. Option D. Premium tier. The correct answer is Archive tier. Here's the explanation. The Archive tier is optimized for rarely accessed data, stored for at least 180 days, with flexible latency requirements. It offers the lowest storage costs, but the highest access costs and retrieval latency, making it ideal for long-term archives. Hot is for frequent access, cool for infrequent, and premium is not an access tier but a performance tier for block blobs. Question 9. Which Azure Blob storage feature helps protect against accidental deletion of data by retaining deleted data for a specified period, allowing for recovery? Option A. Lifecycle management. Option B. Blob versioning. Option C. Soft delete. Option D. Shared access signatures, SAS. The correct answer is soft delete. Here's the explanation. Soft delete is a crucial data protection feature that retains deleted data for a specified period, allowing for recovery in case of accidental deletions. Blob versioning maintains previous versions of a blob when it's modified or deleted. Lifecycle management automates tiering and deletion based on rules, and SAS is for granting time-limited access. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.